Hello, Libra. Welcome to your April Soul Session. I am Marlo. If you're new and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' cards. We're going to start with an overall energy. Okay, and we have two cards that have come out for you guys. The first card out, let's see, since I'm doing this from a different angle, I have to see how autofocus is going to work. We just figured it out the other way. There we go. Wait, that might be better if you see it this way. Okay, it's surrender. And it says detachment, cease resistance, acceptance, and flow. The next card that you guys have is, okay, that works perfectly. It's self-deception. And it says deceiving oneself, denial of true nature or feelings, accepting what is false as true, distractions, and escapism. So the first thing that actually comes to me with this, my wonderful Libras, is control. That's actually the first word that I'm hearing. So more or less what the advice is for you guys, or what it is that you guys will be working on in the month of April, rather, is in certain ways that you guys have deceived yourself. So it's more or less that this could be a myriad of different things. um and they're not giving me what it is specifically, so that's going to come out in the cards. But what it's more or less feeling like is that there is a, whether it's a self image or the way that you present yourself to the world, or want to be received in some way, shape, form, or fashion. What's motivating that is a sense of control. It's wanting to control another's perception of you, or how other people perceive you, or to prevent yourself from being judged in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And more or less what this is speaking to is surrendering that desire to control. Because I feel, and there was another sign that something similar came up for. I can't remember who it is in the moment, but the vibe I got with that other sign was more or less them not realizing how much of an amazing person they were. And it's kind of having this false perception of the type of person you are. So say if you were like you know uh uh like a Susie Sunshine sweetheart type that wears their heart on their sleeve, right? It's more or less getting messages throughout the course of your life that that's not a desirable type of personality to have, right? So it's making this decision to cover that part up, to behave in another way. But with that, and this is becoming a whole psychology thing, um that's become maladaptive up to this point, because it may have worked in that particular time frame, but I feel however you guys are behaving in this way, and it feels very much like a self-protective type of thing. It's like how you're behaving presently is preventing you from getting what's really for you. So what would behoove you is surrendering control in reference to this, right? So I feel in some way, shape, or form there's gonna be, an event or a series of events that happen in the month of April that are going to more or less give you like a flash of the authentic self, if that's making sense. Okay. So we have two more, okay, three cards that came out. And let's see. First one, we have Axe, and it says forces working against you. Then we have Cup, and it says you should accept valid criticism. And then we have Teapot. That's interesting. This is T, Libra. And it says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Interesting. So here's the thing I feel with this, Libra, how I feel that this could potentially pan out for you all in the month of April is there could be, and I think I said something very similar for Virgo. So if you have that in your chart, most certainly check that out, or if you're a cusper. But what it's kind of looking like to me with Virgo, I was saying for them that their friends were going to be very helpful for them in the month of April. And I feel for you guys, how this could kind of pan out for you all is this being, whether if you're a female it would be another female friend. If you're a male, it would be another male friend. And this person noticing something in reference to this. So kind of that, whether it's someone that has known you your whole life or someone who noticed that switch or that change type of deal, and this person kind of calling you out on it or saying something in reference to it. And I don't feel that the person means anything malicious by it, but I feel the way that it would come off. Well, I can't even say that the way that it would come off. I feel that the person is literally just making a statement, but I feel the way you guys could interpret it is almost as if like, oh, this person isn't my friend. Like they're trying to hurt my feelings, or, they're trying to be rude, or they're trying to be crass or mean or something like along those lines. But what I'm picking up with this is that that's not the case at all. I don't believe that this person has any malicious intentions with what is said. It's just more or less something that's outside of your periphery, because I can see how this could be something that comes up in an epiphany, maybe. But usually, whenever we realize things about ourselves in this regard, it's typically something that happens in relation to other people. So I feel with the you should accept valid criticism, what this is really speaking to is the fact that this person doesn't have malicious intentions, right? And I feel that there's the potential that you guys may feel that you're being attacked, but my message to you guys is that it's actually not an attack. So let's go ahead and hop into your tarot. The other thing that my guides are telling me to say in reference to this is initially when the statement is made, I think the first reaction you guys would have is defense, right? And you'd be like, oh, wow, like I can't believe that this person, da 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 da, right? But what my guides are saying is if you take a step back and really kind of sit with it and evaluate it and really look at what was said and in what context it was said, I think that's when, that connection that you guys have comes from it. So let's see what we can find out in addition to this for my Libras for the month of April, please. Whoa. All right. First card out, we have the 5 of Swords. So I feel that's that conflict that we were speaking about. I feel more or less this is probably something, because of course I know I'm a little late, Libra, but we're a couple of days into the month. But I feel like this is something, if it hasn't already happened, this is going to be something that is going to happen in at least like the first 2 weeks of the month. So with this being the 5 of Swords and not the 5 of Wands, I feel you guys are going to be really conflicted by this because, like I said, it's really going to come off, and they keep saying not to say come off. It's really going to feel to you guys like an attack, if you will. You know what I mean? And to where I think it could potentially send you guys into a little bit of a spiral where it's kind of like, oh, I can't win for losing. Every time I think I can trust someone type of deal. It's kind of vibes like that. Oh, wow. The next card that we have is the Tower. That is Scorpio energy. Yeah, man. And I feel the whole premise of why this is happening, Libra, is to lead you guys to a transformation and a mental breakthrough, because I feel this self-deception here, it's like, I really wish I remember what sign this was. And I feel like I've said something, and I cannot think about what sign it is, dude. I said something similar to this month, and last month, I don't know if it was Aquarius or Pisces, or even if it was Libra. I can't remember what sign it was, but this is like the same energy signature that I'm seeing. It's more or less you guys being this way for so long, right? It's like become second nature to you. So it's kind of reconditioning yourself. Like you conditioned yourself to shift and change. And it kind of reminds me of Aries, how I've been talking about with Aries for some time. And then we have Temperance, and that's Sagittarius energy, Temperance in the reverse. But I've been talking about this with Aries for some time, of them, like how they kind of closed off their heart to people, and they had a very valid reason for it. It's because of them trusting like the wrong people, and getting kind of screwed over by people. So how they protected themselves was shutting down their heart space. But what I'm seeing with you guys, it's a certain way that you're behaving or you're maneuvering that you've been doing for so long that it's like you're calling it a personality trait and it's not. And I think like, because it's slowly coming back to me, I was speaking about like a person who is like a hermit, right? Like a person who's like, oh, I don't like people and I don't go outside, da 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 da. And it's like you kind of coast yourself into believing that because something happened way back when where you took a step back and just, stop trusting people type of deal. And that's what this energy is. So I feel that this conflict that you guys have from this person, the person truly cares, but I feel that they're acting almost as a catalyst. You know what I mean? Kind of like sandpaper to, agitate this so that this breakthrough can happen. And I feel with this temperance in the reverse, this is you guys seeing how off balance it is that you've been in so many words. Because that I feel like the self-deception comes in this temperance in the reverse. It's the fact that you're unbalanced, but you're thinking that it's balanced, if that's making sense. I hope and pray that that makes sense. It's like you're off balance, you're out of alignment with yourself, but you've been telling yourself that you're in alignment because it's like, this is who I am. And it's like this person, making a comment about it or calling you out, having a conversation or what have you, is for you guys to have this revelation with the tower, right? Because I feel however it is that you guys are maneuvering at this point or how you guys are behaving, I feel that it's keeping you away from something that spirit has for you. Now, the next card that we have is the Judgment in the reverse. And then we have, speaking of the Hermit, that's Virgo energy. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Trying to get that glare away for you guys. We have the Ace of Swords, and that within itself is speaking to a mental breakthrough. So I feel with this, Libra, I don't know what it is that's coming up for y'all. I guess that's not what's important. But I feel that there's something right around the corner for you guys. And this is something I've been feeling with just about every sign I've done prior to you, right? But there's another level, like another level of being, because that's what I look at the Judgment card about. It's ascending to a higher state of being, right? It's aligning with your true purpose, your true mission, with your true soul group and things of the sort. With this Hermit, you want to be coming from a balanced place, like from your authentic truth, like I was saying before, from a balanced energy with temperance, from the within to the without, right? But I feel this, how this whole situation, I'm so sorry if I'm being repetitive, but I feel how this situation is going to come out. Why, like, it's being said by a friend, because I feel this is a person ultimately that you can trust, but it's like how they're showing it to me now. When this person says this, it's like it's being triggered and being reminded of a situation past tense with a friend. And it's like you having a friend past tense that wasn't, really didn't mean you well, may have been a little jealous of you and things of the sort. And this person intentionally tore you down. You know what I mean? So it's almost putting up like a false bravado, if you will. Like if we were to look at it like perfectionism, it's like if there's things that you're going through in life, like if you're feeling sad or you're struggling with your finances or you're having a little bit of self-doubt, it's kind of suffering in silence, because when you've been open with people in the past, they've used things that you said in a weak moment or in a self-doubt moment against you and like thrown it in your face type of deal. And I feel that's why when this person says this, they're not saying it maliciously, but I feel that them saying something, it's going to trigger you back to like that person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing it kind of like a 2-for-1 type of deal here, because I feel with this tower, it's like, although the person saying this, like you're initially going to feel that it's something negative, that's where like my guides were saying, like sitting with it, like really sitting with it and, kind of sorting through it. And that's how you guys have this epiphany to realize like, oh, wow, I've really been holding myself back because this is fear. This is like a past pain. It's, that friend that stabbed me in the back 5-10 years ago. as to why I don't allow other people to speak into my life type of deal, right? But it's like this person is really being used by spirit to highlight this self-deception, right? Not really so much for them to highlight it, but for them to trigger you so that you're able to realize that it's happening, so that you're able to move forward from a clear mind and an authentic place. Because I really feel with this, Libra, this is you guys breaking chains from something. So if I were to backstep a little bit and just kind of infer here, if you guys have felt up to this point that you've been working on something and it's been slow in coming, or it's felt like an uphill battle, or trying to figure out why something that you're pursuing isn't in alignment, it's really like your rejection being your protection in a sense, because spirit didn't want you to come into agreement with this new level as your inauthentic self, right? So it's more or less a need for you guys to go through that transformation fire, right? To come out of this free from, the weight and the chains of whatever this is that you guys went through, so that you can align with your truth as your authentic self and make the most out of whatever this is that's coming up for y'all. So I hope that makes sense, Libra. I really hope that it does, because I think as straight to the point as you guys' message is, it's like it's kind of hard to get that out because it's so intangible, if that's making sense. But all of this is almost you guys returning to yourself. Oh my. I love how this fell out upright. So the surrender card that came out for you guys is surrender your fear of intimacy. And it says you are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Oh my gosh. And looking back at this judgment card, I totally get that. Like, this is what we're talking about here. I feel like I should turn it this way so y'all can see it upright. But that's literally what we're talking about here. I feel it's like a fear of intimacy and it's a lack thereof of trust for other people, if that's kind of making sense. So I feel that whoever this friend is, Libra, this is someone that's close to you enough to where you've begun to trust this person a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like spirit is using this person to help you slowly open up with those fears of intimacy. But I feel it's those intimacy fears, right? Like if we were to speak truth to power to what this would be, because it's all the same energy signatures, the true fear would be getting close to people. And you have someone that's semi-close, and that's why you instantly would go into like that defense. But the whole reason why this is happening, like this self-deception, is all going back to a fear of letting people too close. You know what I mean? So whether it's, a mask that you're wearing, or it's, keeping distance between you and other people, or, only dating people long distance and stuff like that, all of that is because there's a fear of being close to a person. And if we were to say therapeutically what intimacy is, it's like intimacy is when you know that your partner or friend has your best interest at heart. And when you have dual intimacy in a partnership, that means both people in that partnership both have each other's best interest at heart. But it's very difficult to get to a place of intimacy with another person if you don't feel that that other person has your best interest at heart, even if you have theirs. And eventually, if only one person in a connection, whether that's friendship, relationship, what have you, so the same, like, with work and everything, if only one person in a partnership has the other's best interest at heart and the other person doesn't, the moment that that person who has the other's best interest at heart starts to realize or see that the other person does not, then the intimacy breaks down on their end too. And then you just have two people who are in a hollow connection. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this is beautiful. Like, this is literally you guys getting an opportunity to fully open your heart this month, Libra. And I think that's freaking beautiful. So anywho, that's been your soul session for April. I'm going over to my network, Vimeo, Patreon, YouTube members, all the places. You know what I'm saying? And do you guys extended. So if you're about that life, follow me on over there. But if not, I still love your freaking face. And before I go, you guys let me know if you like this setup better. The fact that you guys can see the cards. Of course, I have to get the kinks out because it's a little crooked and That's aggravating me. But you guys let me know if you like the setup better than how I had it before in the comments. But anywho, I love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends.